If you're not listening, you're missing out in the best app in the history of app ideas ever. My name's Elise, this is Sam, and this is Jesper, and we'd like to present to you here an app for exploring and photographing locations with your friends. We've got a little example that we've put together for those of you who don't have the live demo on your phone. We're just going to play that, and then we're going to talk about it afterwards. So we've got three main screens, the browse screen, which you've just seen. This is the hierarchy of the browse screen we're going into. If you scroll down, you get the map. You can create events from both here and the event screen, which we'll talk about a bit later. Made it faster. We have the upload screen. This is where you can share your photos. This is gallery and photograph mode, so if you've already got a photo you want to put up, you can do that. Obviously you can type in your own description at will. And then ratings for ease of accessibility in the future. We've got pop-up notifications for events when you're invited to things, which we'll go into further detail later. And this is our event screen. An overview of existing events is what you just saw. And similar to the creating event in your other screen, you can also invite and see who's there. So that's a really quick intro into a possible way you can use the app. We're just going to talk a bit about the different tabs that we've got and how the hierarchies work for that, starting with the browse screen and Jesper.
Yeah, so the main screen, the start screen, and the browse screen, the one to the left, is always the home page and when you start up the app. And it's basically a feed of photos or locations where you can tap into to the screen to the right, and you can see the overall rating, accessibility, difficulty, and a short description, where you can bookmark it or see the two related locations next to it. And you can click down for the map. Yeah, and the search function or the sorting function is in 2 levels. So first you can sort it by distance if you want to go for a walk to the location, or if you can take the drive, or you stay overnight or a weekend. And then you sort for newest, popular, featured, where there's different walks.
So popular is based on the most bookmarked items, and featured is based on select few walks which are chosen by the staff each week, just as star walks of the week, star locations of the week, based on what they think is working really well that week.
Yeah.
So the next tab is the upload tab. It means that you can share the locations that you yourself have been to for others to go. It means that you can portray your own experience through the photography of the app, and other people can then experience that as well themselves by finding it in the browse screen and going on their own event to that location. So you have this little slide across thing, so you can slide across in the app to the gallery if you want to upload a picture that you've already got that you took outside of the app. That does mean that you will have to input your location, but otherwise if you're taking the photo in the app, you will have to enable your GPS, and it will automatically take the location as part of the photo metadata. You then fill in your information and then your ratings for future people who are looking at the walk, so that they can also get a better understanding of how the walk was, how the location was, and whether they'd be able to go and see that location themselves.
Right. So the next feature is events, and here users can create events based on different walks, or they can be invited to them. So it works by the icon in the navigation panel at the bottom, and the events are sorted in popping up, and they're also color coded to whether you're going, haven't responded, or you're not attending. And the events will also be deleted 48 hours after the set date. And here we have the information of the event, so you can see how many people are attending, the date, and you can scroll through to get more information about the walk as well.
Including the weather, I think, at the bottom.
Yeah, including the weather.
For
And-
the date that you've chosen.
Yeah. And then the invite friends, we've got a pop-up of the Quirky keypad, and the invitations will be sent to people on your phone book.
Yep, so if you don't have the app, you will be invited to join the app by text.
Yeah.
And if you do have the app, you will be invited within the app because it will sync that information. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep, so it's a real focus on the community, how you can interact through imagery to share these locations, share these experiences, and understand and have the opportunity to share your
Yeah.
experiences with others instead of just a solo
Yeah.
basis.
So
I
it's
guess.
user content driven, and that's the social aspect of it. The events feature just reinforces that, so it gets people out there making sure that they do upload and keep creating new content.
Yeah.
Obviously, it can be developed further in different avenues for activities that you want to take photos at particular destinations. Say if you're a grant suggested cycling or snorkeling, or is it
There was another one, it was, don't remember.
rock
what it was.
climbing?
Yeah, rock climbing, that was it.
Yeah, so you keep the same structure of the app and then just develop it onto the different sort of ideas as well.
So that is here.
Yeah.
Comments? Anything you want to say about it before?
The interface was quite minimal. I thought that was really cool. Where you, I can't remember what screen it was. It might have been a camera screen where you like slide and you get to another page.
Yeah, so that is based off the Instagram
that's
experience.
yeah.
Instead of giving you the tab options down the bottom, it immerses you in the photo taking experience. You can go back to the browse screen up in the navigation, but the idea is to focus on the image when you're taking it and then filling out the information. And then when you finish that process, you do go back to the browse screen. It comes up with a push-up notification. Your photo's been uploaded. What's it? Push notification.
Yeah.
Notification.
Yeah, so your photo's been uploaded, and then it then directs you to the browse screen
Yeah.
again.
I was just checking how Instagram does it.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, good. It's always good to copy something that works. So when you add people, is there a place where you can see that the person's been added?
Yeah, so
Added to the event.
Yeah, so you're inviting, so you've created an event
Yeah.
and you're inviting friends. So if I click on invite friends there and I choose someone there and I go done,
Yep.
how do I know they've been added?
So this area at the top
Is
shows
your
who's been
number.
invited. The orange is not going.
not going.
The green
Right.
is going, and the blue is invited and
Right,
haven't
yeah.
responded.
And if I want to see a list of those people,
Yeah.
You click it, and it will show all of them, and it will have colours next to their names. So similar to
Right.
this,
This will pop
it
up.
will have colours in the circles instead of just blue.
Yeah.
have you got that screen document?
In the
It is
documents,
in the
yes.
Oh, good.
Portfolio.
In this one or this one?
Either one's just printed badly.
So that
We
was
had issues with the printer. Go to the back.
it right at the end. Yeah.
So that,
Before that.
friends, this one, here it is.
Yeah.
Okay, good. It would make sense to order that as well by, like, if you had a segmented control up there,
Oh, yeah.
to filter by. So maybe if I click on, so basically saying if I click on these three, I get the same screen.
At this stage, yes, but that's a much better suggestion.
Okay, we're good there. That rating system there of those big round, in terms of information priority, when I look at that screen, the ratings, those big round circles, black and white ones, are very strong.
Yeah.
But they are important.
They
Yeah,
are important.
Yeah.
but perhaps having it the same colour as the bookmark icon would be a benefit.
Well, I was thinking that they're kind of the perfect opportunity for a little bit of subtle branding, where, but I guess the bookmark icon, would the bookmark icon work in that kind of thing?
Oh no, the same color. If you chose it the same color, then it's not as in the focus. You'd have the image as the most important feature.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, that the image should be the
Yeah.
access. That should be an I there.
It might be
Sorry, I'm spelled.
That's all right. Jesper did those screens with ESL.
Forgive me. Yeah, could you do that? How do you feel about that? Do you agree that they're a bit strong? You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
argue with me.
No, I totally get what you're saying.
I like it when they're big, 'cause
Like that they're strong.
they're the most important. The text is just secondary, and the overall rating is that's what we want to see. 'Cause
Like,
if you flick through like 10 in 10 minutes,
Yeah.
10 in 5 minutes, you just see that, and that's what's important.
You don't like the description is user based. Like it's all user based, but the description is less important than the ratings. I agree with Jesper there.
So have a look at this. Sorry.
That's
Yeah.
all right.
Let's say that these are the most important things. Should they be second to that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe just a little back. Maybe in that grade, that's what you're suggesting.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, maybe that would in that grade, then maybe that would work. Now have a look at this. Accessibility. So the more stars, the more accessible it is.
Yep.
It's easier to get to.
Easy to get to. Length. The more stars,
The
harder
longer
it
it
is.
is.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And difficulty, the more stars, the harder it is. So these are kind of opposite directions. That should be flipped. Otherwise your overall doesn't make any sense. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So where would you put it? So left to right, it would be.
Now just accessibility should be, the more circles you have, the less accessible it is.
Yeah, but
Then
that
you're in
doesn't
the
make
same-
sense either.
But then
Well, if it's highly accessible,
yeah.
it's easy to get there. and then
Yeah,
it's
so the
high
more dots you have, the easier it is. But here the more dots you have, the harder. And here the more dots you have, the harder. So the overall doesn't make sense. If you're averaging, do you see what I mean?
Oh no. So you input an overall. It's overall experience.
Oh, so overall isn't the overall of all these?
No, overall experience. But yes,
Yeah, it doesn't
that
separate.
could be clearer.
So then it's a nomenclature.
So if it's really worth the long walk,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
still
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Right. So yeah, right. So maybe it could be, what could you use?
Experience rating.
Yeah.
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 Impression, overall impression.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Cool.
Then let's, on the first screen,
The browse.
I'm being deliberately.
That's okay.
I'm pushing you guys
This one?
because I think you can be pushed. on that one.
Go for it.
No, the one before. No, that one. Sorry, that one.
The bookmarked. So you bring it.
No. Yeah, that is a bit light, isn't
Yeah.
it?
I think the issue that we had in the first iteration, which was my solo presentation, was we had really bright in your face bookmarks,
Yeah,
and
right.
that took away from the image.
Yeah.
That's just so that if you're browsing, you can see you've already bookmarked that, you've looked at that image, and then you
Yeah,
can
right,
move on.
right. Maybe a white line or a black line. I don't know.
It depends on the photo.
Depends
Yeah.
on the
Because
photo.
here
That's
you
right.
want the black one, here you want the white one.
That's right. Depends on the photo.
That's why we settled on the grey, because it's kind of a middle.
But you can actually do that algorithmically quite easily. If
Oh, really?
If a photo, yeah, very easily. If a photo is overall dark, it's, and that's quite different to that as well.
That's a home icon.
Yeah.
That's a home icon.
So it's the H from the logo. It's a cross between the home icon and a bookmark.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So that one's the subtle branding.
Yeah.
Maybe
Just,
make them like green or something, if they more.
Maybe, yeah.
now this is effectively a filter
Yes.
over the contents, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
That slides out.
Yeah.
It slides. You tap on that,
Yeah.
and it slides out. So this is an Android thing that Facebook introduced.
Facebook did introduce. We've since realised that Facebook's moved away from that on the iOS
Yeah,
thing
right.
Yeah.
because I checked it on my dad's iPad, which is a few versions old,
Yeah, right.
and it still got it
Still got it.
Really?
Yeah, right. It's interesting.
because he hasn't updated the Facebook
yeah.
app because he doesn't use it. But in the newer app of Facebook, it doesn't have it in the iOS version unless it's for contacts on your Messenger. within the Facebook app.
Because in Android, that's an options. That's more options.
Yeah.
And in Facebook, when you tap that now, it's a list, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a list of people.
Yes, now.
Now, yeah. So they're using that icon there rather than being the options that it is in Android. It's now, it suggests probably more clearly a list
Yeah.
of people. And I'm wondering, because this is a filter, and a filter in iOS is usually done with segmented control.
Okay. We
So-
did put it as a separate screen because there were so many different options you could look at.
Yeah. You couldn't do that with segmented control, could you?
No, because there's like 7 things that you're looking at plus
Yeah.
the search.
I like the thinking here. I like this. I think it's good. It's clear. That's exactly what you would do. That's the first thing when you're looking for a place to go to. First thing that you look for is things that are a drive away. You know, you're filling in a day, or you're filling in an afternoon, you're filling in a weekend.
Yeah.
And then popular and featured. What's featured then? Is it curated?
Featured was staff picked locations of the week. So from ones that are uploaded, staff go through and choose a select amount. They'd go through and they'd
Could have some
their
kind
own.
of commercial use as well
Yeah.
when you highlighted a hotel near work or something.
I guess it's
So
some-
if you wanted to pay to be advertised, you could also go into that featured list.
It's featured, okay. And popular would be those that are most used
Most
by
bookmarked.
Most bookmarks.
most bookmarked. Because it could also be most evented. Most
True.
events
Yeah.
kind of thing. You could maybe
Usually, yeah, you could make an event from your.
Yeah. So if you get to the end of your events list, it'll suggest some from your bookmarks
Yeah.
in the screen,
Yeah.
so that you can create your own events from that screen as well as in the browse hierarchy screens.
okay.
So bookmarks do play into events as well.
Yeah. This is one of the things that you've chosen.
Yeah,
Because
so that's
multiple photos.
so the biggest one is the one that you click on in the browse screen.
Right.
The other one is other photos from the same location or around the same location
Why are they not filled in?
because they haven't been bookmarked.
You have
Only the
this-
big ones being bookmarked.
Oh, so you don't bookmark a location.
You book
bookmark a photo.
the photo of the location.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there might
They-
be
they're-
multiple photos in the.
No, it's one photo per location, per uploaded.
Yeah, but if I took a photo here, I'd be at a different GPS location to if I was standing here. Is the theory behind that.
So I don't understand. So what are these photos here?
They're different
They're at a
walks
slightly
or
different location. They're nearby, but they're not the same location. Because your GPS marker here is different to my Sam's GPS marker there.
So this is Big Rock Walk.
That's the that's called the location. That's what we've got for the location. Yes.
So Big Rock Walk is attached to this photo,
Uh huh.
and then these are just other.
Yeah. So if you
They will
click,
have a different name. They won't
Yeah,
be
yeah.
called Big Rock Walk.
if you
It
clicked
might
it,
be.
it would be basically it's
Or
based
Big
on the
Rock
location.
Walk.
So it could be
Somebody else
Wollongong,
would
and then you click it, and it's still Wollongong, but it's a
Right.
different location. And
So
if
this
you go
is-
into the map, it's at a different point.
So this
in
is
Wollongong.
GPS close.
Yes, GPS coordinates
How do I
close
know
by.
that?
Click and see.
You click.
Okay.
We did that to sort of give users an understanding of what's around, so that you're
I
not
think
just
it's a good
going for
idea.
one image. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's good. It's a good way because it's all about navigation.
yeah. And so that way, when
Rather
you're
just
in that
going in
area,
and
you're
out.
not just going there for that one location. It's for the location and the locations around it.
Yeah, you go in and
Yeah.
then move like that rather than in. So I think it's a good idea. Just the clarity.
Okay.
would be-
That's why I think that's sort of what we tried to solve with the size.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Obviously secondary importance. But it looks like, this is there and then overall accessibility, difficulty, length. But this doesn't apply to that, applies to that. So there's just a little bit of room.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's only because all this is coming out. So you didn't have these screens really last week.
Yeah, we did.
You did?
All of these ones were here last week, and
Yeah.
I think the only ones we didn't have finalised last week were the upload screens.
Yeah, they probably weren't as.
Is it just
Yeah.
presented as cleanly and
Not presented as cleanly, no.
Yeah, we had them.
Yeah, we had them, but they weren't in an iPhone on a
yeah.
clear background sort of thing.
Yeah,
Was within the others in the Sketch app.
yeah.
Okay. And can you go to the next screen?
Yep. Thanks, Jasper.
So we've gone through that.
Yep.
And that's the thingy. Or
Yep,
not
so you
thingy,
slide across.
Flash.
other camera, so
Selfie.
forward camera or selfie camera.
That's
Okay.
basic.
And then
Small cameras.
this is a photo I've just taken.
Yeah.
No,
Well-
that's your camera screen.
Yes.
Oh, that's the camera
Yeah.
screen.
When
So
are
you
right.
would click this button to take the photo,
Yeah.
and I think there was a done, so you could confirm it with a done in the top right corner, which comes up after you've taken the photo.
Done.
Yep.
Photo, and when you hit done, what happens to that?
You go to this screen, because once you've clicked done, you've confirmed that the photo you've taken
It
is the one you want,
shrinks and it goes-
and it goes over here.
Oh, then it goes to that.
So
one.
you fill in the information after that.
Okay, then
That's
you
your next
type
screen.
this stuff in. You hit publish.
Yep. Well, you type,
Oh,
you
yeah,
fill
yeah.
out all the information, you scroll
Okay,
down to get it all. Click publish to share it.
How do you know that I'm there? Blah blah blah. How do I know that's there? Wouldn't I just type that in?
Because it won't, like when you don't have the keyboard screen, you can see the stuff underneath it.
Right.
So there's more information.
Right,
And then
right,
if you
right.
try and publish it without rating, it will come and tell you that there's a problem. You can't do that without filling out the information first.
What's your overall rating experience? Okay.
We have it here if you rather do that.
Yeah.
Do you want to put that on the table?
And here you add location. Text.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Add all that in. Publish.
Yep.
What happens then?
You get a
You get
Pop-up
a summary
modal
of the.
notification.
Yeah.
Upload was successful.
Thank you.
What's wrong with that?
The background's not blurred out.
No. What's wrong with upload was successful? Can you go backwards?
No, I need to go forward.
So you didn't use XD. It's a very similar way to XD, isn't it? Because it tells you what you can click on, which makes sense. Alert box should only be used in a case where something has gone wrong.
Okay,
Yeah. I'm being really picky.
that's okay.
Yeah, I suppose if someone doesn't want it coming up. Like,
Sorry?
they don't want to
Yeah.
be distracted.
Yeah, usually when you get that, it means, something's gone wrong.
Okay,
Something's
yeah.
not quite
So I
right.
guess the alternative is to go to the actual event created or go
Yes,
to the
that's
browse.
right. That's right, something like that.
Because if
Okay.
you went to the event created, you'd also have to go back to the browse screen and send it back to the upload screen,
Yeah.
which is a slight crossing of hierarchies, but it's not like you can go back to the photo editing from that stage.
Yeah.
But can you use notifications, push notifications to alert of an event? Like I want to use your GPS or I want to move you to this location. Isn't that the same?
GPS, that'd be an edge flow condition though.
I want to use your GPS is totally worthy of an alert.
No, but I think this because we have a user in the end of the app and we want to move them to the front. That's like a big deal.
You have to use it at the end of the app and you want to move them to the
Yeah,
front.
here you are.
So-
you trigger first through the entire app.
I think
and
what
you have done your thing, and we push them back to the beginning.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to use it as a way to make more sense for going back to browse. Because if you upload the photo, you go back to browse, what happens? Where'd it go? I think that's what he's trying to say.
Right. You need some kind of confirmation that
Yeah.
things gone in. Yes. Is that,
Does,
that's what you're
like,
saying?
I know
Yes,
Android gives
absolutely.
Pop up like the notifications that come to the top of your screen
Yeah.
when you have uploaded images to Facebook. Does iPhone do that?
What you would do is from here you hit publish, right?
Yep.
The image would come back down and something would pop up on, but not a modal, not an alert, just on the screen would be one way that you would do it. Just a little animation that says gone and then fades out.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be gone and expect to hit OK.
Yeah.
We'll just go gone and then fade out.
Yeah.
Or publish and then fade out.
And then fade
Thank
out
you.
to browse screen.
Or fade out straight to that. And then go to browse. Or, yes. Fade out, then go to browse, or fade out and stay there, and then, or fade out, and then a button saying, do you want to go and browse some more? Any of those things. One of those things.
Yeah, I think going to the event, like the location would be the best approach really
Yeah.
from there.
Or it might be, do you want to see, you think about it, use case. Do you want to see, have a look at these other events or things captured near where you've captured this thing?
True.
Do you see what I mean? If you go through the use case, imagine yourself when you're there and you're publishing what would be useful for you what information would be useful to be presented to you in that particular situation.
What other locations are nearby me, so I can take more photos to upload?
Or see what other people have.
Yeah. So I can go to those locations and take more photos there.
Yeah. Or for example, you might want to go to, or you might want to compare what you've done there, or you might want to associate your event. You might say, this is actually the same as that one. Can you do that? so that in that other screen.
Oh, this isn't creating an event. This is uploading a location photo.
Sorry, not event. Spot location. What are you calling them?
Locations. These ones are locations.
Yeah.
So can you upload a location and then associate your, say, oh, actually my location is the same as this other location that's been uploaded here. Is there some kind of concept of reconciliation of locations I'm making?
Just GPS, so what's nearby per se, but not quite sure what you're asking.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like it could say, is it the same as this,
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your location is, within 2 meters of this other thing that was posted.
Yeah.
Is it the same location?
Yeah.
Since it's photography, it can look. You can make the object look different depending on how good a photographer you are.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
So
It's
maybe
a, it's a
that's kind
different experience.
of, well, maybe that's kind of pinpointing what the app's about.
Yeah.
Is it about photos or is it about locations?
The experience, so the photos more so than the location, but
Yeah.
like the photos are the location, I guess.
Because you've got the sense of event, right? And an event can't be for a photo that's already been taken. It's going to be for a location.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's a mix of the two.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's selling your experience with this location with
the
your photo.
documentation.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you want to ask about events as well? It's the other one you haven't touched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what I can. Hey, come on, put up.
Events.
See what I can do for your events. Sorry, guys.
Oh, it's alright. They're all good. They're all talking.
So I click on that. and I-
Yeah.
That's your screen that you get when you
Yeah.
click that. Yep.
We've also got another option if you haven't been invited to any to pop up from your bookmarked with a date picker. So
So you'd have the photo on the left-hand side, which would be a bookmarked photo from your bookmarks, and then instead of the date
it would
with
have the date
September and
picker.
whether you're going or not, it would have a date picker, so you could create a new event from that screen as
This
well.
is a different screen.
Yeah.
So if you have no events upcoming, or if you get to the end, like we have like a few there
Edge
as well.
condition.
Yeah,
Yeah. Very important to consider that.
and that way you don't have an empty screen when you first
Okay, good.
join.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And
You
you've got
have
them.
the option
Yeah.
to.
Okay, so green. It's the first time I've used the app. No,
Yeah.
it's not because there's a bunch of things.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, what is green? How do I know what green is? What do I know what blue is? What do I know what orange is? That would be the
Well,
first thing.
when you invite people, it comes up blue, so it means that they have been selected,
Blue's in the front.
and the blue carries across to that.
So blue is
saying
no
they
response.
have been invited, but there's no response yet. So it kind of is,
So blue's invited, orange is rejected, and green is going.
yeah.
So
So-
10 people have invited, so 30 people have been invited. Also.
30 altogether. 10 haven't responded. 10 have said yes, and 10 have said no.
Okay. So when I create an event, I'm looking for that. How many people have responded?
Yeah.
There's an interesting information priority there. That this is the most important than this and that.
Why is blue more important?
Because just when you look at it, the thing that grabs your eye
Okay.
most strongly.
Okay, right,
If you
right.
kind of do that quickly,
Yeah.
the thing that grabs your eye, the number that's the clearest there, out of that 10, that 10, that 10, the clearest number is
The blue.
that one.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
I don't know, make or whatever you will. That, I don't know if it's that important. These icons, they can't have a picture of a person, can they? 'Cause there's a whole bunch of them.
No. That's the default iOS contact icon, though. I believe.
Yeah.
You might be able to do something when you have a group
Yeah.
chat on Facebook.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
we're
I
gonna-
reckon
feel
there's
like
something to be
though-
done there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's enough space,
Yeah.
so you could
There's
sort
enough
of,
space there to put a few.
you could even like
Yeah.
use that whole square chunk
Yeah.
instead
Yeah.
of doing that.
Do the squares that we've got with the
Yeah.
others.
And how many events have you had where you invite 30 people
I've had many where I've invited more.
to a like spotting?
Yeah, I do it all the
Yeah,
time.
I
I spam invites and get little response. That.
You do your numbers.
I invite more
Numbers.
people than will come always,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that way I know that a fair chunk will show up.
Yeah.
So if I want 30 people, I'll invite 90
Yeah.
because 30 people will show up. But that's my philosophy. I don't know about you guys.
But that's
80,
interesting
20.
because there's kind of a statistical thing there where you can almost have like a level like that
Yeah.
where you want 10 people, say you invite 90 and then you kind of, you know what I mean? There's some
Yeah.
kind of visualization there
Yeah.
that might be interesting to look at. And the photo and
bar graphs.
some kind of bar graph, yeah. Could be an interesting thing. But also photos of the people because Okay, so invite 90 people would be hard, but you know, if you're just going for bushwalk, whatever, if you're going
Well,
for bushwalk, you're inviting 3 people, you're not going to.
I guess you
do
could
this
cycle
type of-
through the photos as well.
You just cycle through.
Like
You can have the latest person who said yes.
you could have like say you've got squares for each one. You could have 9 showing, like
Yeah.
9 or 8 small ones showing and a number in the corner
Yeah.
and a
Yeah,
line to divide each section.
Yeah.
And then you could cycle through those
Yeah.
9 that show so that you get the plus
Yeah.
amount showing
Or-
eventually.
Or you only show the photos of the people who've agreed since the last time you saw the page.
Priority to them, yeah, I guess. Because if no one else agrees since in this page, it'll just cycle through, I guess.
Yeah.
So priority to people who have recently responded.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And here is the same thing with how do I know that green means blue? So blue means it's an
Blue
event
means
that's
you
occurred.
haven't responded.
I haven't responded.
So that's your own personal view, not everyone else's. So blue is you haven't responded.
Blue is I haven't responded. Green is I've said I'm going.
Yeah.
Orange is I've said I'm not going.
Yeah.
Which of these have I set up myself?
We don't have a system for that. That's a good question.
Yeah.
So when I look at that,
Yeah.
maybe something is in edit. Or, I don't know.
Maybe a blue arrow instead of a grey arrow.
Yeah.
And why not have photos of people who are coming there as well? Green. They're even people.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
Photos
Oh,
underneath the date.
Thingy's going, I'm going to go too. Thingy's
Yeah.
going, I'm not going to go. Okay,
And we got the space.
and you got lots of space there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And these, you said, stay on for 2 days
So
after.
after the event's expired,
Yeah, it stays on for 2 days.
if you went to the event,
Yeah.
it would stay for an extra 2 days.
Which is good because
That way you can, you know.
post.
Oh, I don't think you'd
After.
post per se, but
Because, you'd after
you
the
wanted
event,
to-
post-event, I mean.
yeah.
Still
If you wanted to
process.
upload your photos that you took outside the
Yeah.
app, you'd know
Yeah.
where it was because you'd have the thing there still.
Yeah.
And you can input that yourself, or if it's got the GPS metadata, it will automatically update that
Okay.
because that's dependent on your settings at the time. So you got 2 days to post easily.
That's the map, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you scroll to see more.
And we've also got a landscape version of the map that's immersive.
Yeah, so if you scroll down, you go to the map, you can click the map, it'll go into a temporary immersive mode, like the iPhone photos. So you double tap to get the exit
And pinch to
navigation.
zoom in. Yeah, but that's
And
the only
then
screen that's
That will go
landscape
landscape, yeah.
Yep.
in the whole app.
And do you have a precedence example of the toolbar to the tab bar?
Sorry?
Do you know of any app that has a toolbar on top of a tab bar?
No. We're pioneers.
Yeah.
All right, good. You've done well. You've explored lots, and you're well and truly in the last 20%.
Thank you.
You can see where
Yeah.
to take it in the next level.
Yeah.
Good, very good.
Thank you very much.